Hello, today we're going to work with tuna. I was lucky to receive some beautiful tuna straight from the boat from the Ventura fish market, and we're going to do a tuna tartare. It means raw. In French we say tartare for whatever is served raw. In Italian they call it crudo, and of course in Japanese it's the very famous sashimi. But in order to cook today, I'm going to take you on a little trip. I decided I'm going to visit a dear friend of mine in the Hollywood Hills, and we're going to use her kitchen. So come on down and follow me. And here we are in the Hollywood Hills. Today we're really going out of our way to cook our tuna tartare. Now friend Monique up on her house and kitchen to have us. So this is terrific. Look at that view. Look at the bougainvillea, the flowers. This is California in the summer for you. Let's get into the house. And here is our beautiful country-style kitchen that our friend Monique let us use today to do the tuna tartare. Look at it. Isn't it precious? And this is the little corner where we're going to enjoy them when it's finished. And you can tell we're going to also have the mussels I showed you about the other day, because we have the mold already. And look at that. Nice trees and colors. California summer, as I said. Let's go and cook the tuna tartare. And as usual, I'm going to show you the ingredient first. So here we have a pound of tuna, fresh from the boat. Thank you again for Ventura Fisherman's Market. I have a pound. We're going to be making 3 tuna tartare. I have lemon, soy sauce, avocado, and cucumber. And these are the main ingredients for tuna tartare. When it's time to finish up, you know that I'm going to add my own little stuff. And I'm going to add ponzu sauce. I'm going to present it with ginger. I'm going to put caper berries. I'm going to put caviar. But these are just my fancy because I have them at home. For you at home, don't worry about it. If you don't have them, you need those. The tuna, the cucumber, the avocado, the lemon, and the soy sauce. So to get started, I'm going to work with my tuna, and I'm going to remove the membrane. You can see here that in between the fillets, we have a little membrane. And because we're going to use the tuna raw, I'm going to have to remove it very easy with a sharp knife, because as we are using the tuna raw, we don't want to have that in our teeth. If you were to cook the tuna, it would not bother you that much because it would melt away. You see, this one is tiny enough, I don't need to remove it. Let's take a bigger one here, and I'm going to pull it out. There, you see that one particularly? This is what you want to get rid of. This is the membrane. And that's what I'm going to be doing with my pound of tuna. I have a pound of fresh tuna, and I'm going to be able to make 3 appetizers for our party tonight. You can see that I'm only taking out the thicker ones. The little threads won't really matter, but you don't want to have more of the white ones inside. This is perfect. This one I want to get out. Again, it's nothing bad at all, but you don't want it. It's very unsightly and it's not very pleasant in your teeth. But it's so easy to remove. I'm about done. So once I'm pleased with my fish, I'm going to cut it in small dices to make the tartare. Here you are. I'm sure that when I cut it, if I find more, I will remove it. So let me show you how to cut it. And then we'll go on. So what you want to do, you want to have little chunks. About the same size that you would do for a chili with beef. You don't want it too small because you don't want it to be completely mushed up. You want to have a little bit of texture. And I'm going to go on until I'm done with my pound of tuna. And here we have the tuna. The whole pound of tuna is diced, and I'm going to take care of the avocado and the cucumber. You can see I'm using half of an English cucumber. The ideal solution would be to have a Persian cucumber, but when I went to the store today, I didn't like them. They were not nice and fresh and crispy. So I decided to get an English cucumber, and we only need, for a pound of tuna, we only need half of it. And I'm going to cut it in small dice, about the same size as my tuna. Goes in there. And you can notice that I kept the skin on. I like the crunch of it, so don't worry about peeling it. It's perfectly fine like that. And then I'm going to do the avocado, and it's going to have the same treatment. I'm going to cut it in small dice. And this is your basic tuna tartare. We're going to add some lemon juice and some soy sauce. This is why I don't add any salt, because of the soy sauce. But if you feel like you want it saltier, feel free to go ahead and... So, as I always say, when you need one avocado, you buy two, because this is the kind of surprise you can get. So each time a recipe calls for one avocado, I buy two. So I don't worry about that kind of thing. Let's just peel it. I'm sure this one is going to be really delicious, but we don't want any dark because it's pretty ugly. So I lost about a quarter of my avocado, so let's see what I can do with this one. Better. And I'm going to dice it up. Go slow because it can get very mushy. And
after that, I'm gonna wash my hands and play with the seasoning, and you have your basic tuna tartare. And I will tell you more about the extras that you can add. So now we have our tuna, our avocado, and our cucumber. I'm going to add the juice of half a lemon. Still dark in here, but doesn't matter for the juice. And I'm going to add the soy sauce. Feel free to do more or less soy sauce depending on your taste. I'm going to just put 2 spoons of the soy sauce. And I'm going to mix it with my fingers as well, so it's all nice and together. So now you have what I would call your basic tuna tartare. And I'm going to add a little something which I really love. And if you want to buy it, just feel free. It's in every grocery store. But if you don't have it, don't worry, because the tuna tartare already is very good. This is ponzu. This is a Japanese seasoning sauce, and I'm going to put 2 tablespoons. So this is ready, and if you were to prepare your dish ahead of time, you could cover it with a film and stick it in the fridge and organize it when it's time to eat. We're not going to do that here. I'm going to make it right away and show you how to do it. First, let me rinse my hands. And now I'm going to show you how to plate the tuna tartare. And you may notice that we're back in my kitchen for a simple reason. I'm a very bad editor. And when I was putting together the video, I erased the part where I was plating at my friend's house. So I had to redo that part because it's imperative that you see how I put it together. It's not going to look exactly the same, but it's the same idea. So I'm using a cookie cutter because it's going to give you a nice shape. If you don't have a cookie cutter, just make a little mountain or use an ice cream scoop and just fill it in. And pack it up. The idea is that you're going to push it as hard as you can, so when you remove the mold, it stays as a little cake. And voila. So now let's go on for decoration. And if I remember well, I had put some avocado and little tomatoes. Let's not forget the cucumber and the caper berries. As I said, this is absolutely lovely. They're like giant capers, but they're sweeter and they're extremely pretty on top of being tasty. So I'm going to put them on top. And let's not forget our sesame seed. Voila, I hope I rebuild it almost the same way. Lucky me, I'm going to eat tuna tartare again.